Bonnie and Tucker kissing, it finally happened. Are we going to have 3 baby daddies at the end of the season? And we have a man who makes us look really small in the theater. Here we are. Coming up next, Baby Daddy After Show.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
It's amazing how the unexpected can take your life and change direction.
Jazz hands.
Like I said to Tahj when he was on there, it's 11 seconds of pop perfection.
Yes.
I love that theme song. Hi, welcome to the Baby Daddy After Show here at AFTERBUZZ TV. I am one of your hosts, James Lott Jr., and you can follow me on the interwebs. Yeah, I said interwebs at James Lott Jr. And today, my co-host, of course, who's always here with me, my partner in Baby Daddy and all things freeform.
Yes.
Dakota T. Jones.
Hello, guys. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
And of course, sitting next to him, you saw a flash of him, of course, sitting next to us. We are all just giddy with excitement. We're so glad he's here with us.
Yes.
He's super tall. We're like Smurfs in the Valley of the Giants. It's crazy. Derek Theler.
Yeah.
See? See you all.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to be here too.
Calm down, everybody. Calm down.
Everyone calm down.
Okay, so I said this to him. You were there. I said this to him off camera. I interview a lot of people. And when I mentioned I'm going to interview somebody or have on the show, people get excited and they get little things. You're one of the top 5 people. People went nuts.
Really?
Yeah.
That is surprising to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why are you surprising? You're like tall, you're funny, you're good looking, you're tall, you're good looking,
Tall.
Talented.
funny, good looking.
Thank you. Thank you for the compliments.
The thing about your character has to really be careful because what makes you so funny is that you're not really the dumb jock. You actually impart a lot of wisdom on the show.
Yeah. As far as the moral compass of the show, it's what we need because he's the only guy who really believes in love and being positive and kind to people. And all of that he has and you know is his best qualities he lacks in a lot of other ones when it comes to smarts and putting things together and getting the jokes.
Yeah, but you're as I say, you are like the morals because they're all crazy.
They're all crazy and they're evil, all of them. And Danny's always the guy like, guys, we need to be nice to each other.
Yeah. You're like the innocent one in a sense because literally everyone's like doing these crazy things and you're just trying to live your life.
I'm just trying to make people smile, man.
Yes, exactly. I love it. So I always think that's such a fine line for you. You do it so well.
Oh, thank you very much.
I didn't watch Baby Daddy until he asked me to do the show, and I binge watched all 5 seasons.
All right.
I did. I said I was a champ. I did it.
All right.
And I really fell off the show because one thing, your show gets serious.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh my God! There were times I actually cried
Yeah.
on a comedy.
There's definitely some moments. We work hard to find the right times to pick those moments that are real and have real emotions, and we're proud of that too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I definitely love that about this because a lot of comedies, they're light and they're funny and they have like punchlines and stuff. But this show really does bring real world problems into it and like kind of makes light of it. You laugh, but you also like learn a lesson at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's really really neat because a lot of shows lack that, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with you, and our writers and producers do a great job to kind of bring it home with a big positive message in a lot of our episodes. So it's a cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah, and season 6.
I know.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I just got word, I don't know, a week ago.
Yeah.
So
See, they leave you guys in the dark.
Oh, we know nothing. Yeah.
You don't know anything.
Danny might not be coming back, but we're coming back.
That's right.
No, I think he's coming back.
That's
But yeah, very exciting.
Yeah. Do you know when you guys start filming? Is it like within the next few months or so?
First day back is Halloween. First table read. Yeah.
All right.
So funny.
Yeah, that is fun.
I want to give a shout out to our producer and engineer, Miss Alexis Torres, who's in the booth. She's a fan of yours too.
Yes, she
We got
is.
a chance to hang out.
Got to meet her earlier. Thank you, Alexis.
No problem.
And many of you guys know who she is out there in the world. I'm going to ask you random fan question number 1.
Okay.
Does he really know hockey or at least like it?
Love hockey.
Oh, okay.
Huge hockey fan. Grew up watching it, but I'm a horrible skater. I'm like the worst ice skater you've ever seen. I got a long way to fall down. But in the show, my character went from being a really great professional hockey player to now, whenever we do hockey scenes, first of all, I'm wearing inline skates. Second of all, it's basically them just beating me up and
Yes.
checking me because I can't
Seriously.
really
Yes.
make it look good. So they've learned that throughout the years. So now it's gone from him, being a really great player, a great defenseman, and having a lot of skills to kind of skating to a spot and getting lit up.
Yeah.
Because I'm a lot better at that than actually playing hockey.
They're rough with you out there on the ice. Like you are constantly getting right into.
Yeah,
Or slammed
well,
up against the glass.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love the stunt aspect of filmmaking, and it's kind of like it's one of my favorite parts of the show as well. And I feel like we do. I mean, I do all my own stunts, but for a sitcom, we do a lot of stunts and,
Yes, you
and
do.
fighting and like kicking doors down. And
I
things.
love it.
And that's my favorite part of it, and they know that, so they like knocking me down on my skates.
That's so great.
But I'm sure they're also really careful because this is like the moneymaker right here.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're very careful of what they let you do.
You would think that.
Really
but-
don't? They don't care? Sure, be
Oh,
fine.
you're good. You're on the ice. You're good.
We can rebuild him. He'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I feel
He'll be fine.
I feel like I take a fall almost every episode.
Oh,
Gladly, I
Yes.
enjoy it, but yeah, they're not too careful with me.
Okay. But you guys do great slapsticks. You and you guys all do it. But you guys all have scenes where you guys are falling each other and kicking and
Yeah,
it's so
it's
good.
funny that our whole cast really loves like falling down or getting punched in the face. It's funny.
Yeah. for sure.
And but before we get into like the episode, I just have to ask. Emma is like who plays Emma, the cutest baby.
Yes, she is. They both are. We have
Yes.
Sarah and Kaylee, our twins. This is the first time that we've had the same set of babies come from season 4 to season 5.
Okay, yeah,
This is
yeah,
the first time that we've done that, and we're really excited to do it because we built a really close relationship with them,
Yeah.
and they're starting to walk and talk and
Yes.
be real
Yeah, they are.
human beings now.
Yes.
Right?
So we're excited to get to have them back, and fingers crossed we'll get to have the same babies back in
Yeah.
the next season.
I love the line that Emma had last episode. I love you too is what she said, I believe, and that's the most we've ever heard Emma. Like the longest sentence we've had from her on the show so far.
Well, surprisingly, it's hard to get babies to speak and do their thing on command.
Yeah. A little
They
hard
don't
on us.
really understand
Yeah.
what they're doing there in front of all the people. But our babies really are amazing, and we're lucky to have them.
They're amazing.
Now, folks, we know Brazil. You guys are represented. We told him you guys are fans.
What's up, Brazil?
And people are talking about Booster Gold.
Booster Gold, yeah.
Everybody's talking about it. They're talking about it right now. So
Yeah, he's a superhero. I mean, word came out that they were going to make a movie.
yeah,
so,
so you want to do it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cast him. Hello, people.
I
Yeah.
signed a petition for that because I'm a huge DC fan.
Yeah.
and
That's
I
awesome.
was like, yes, you are perfect for Booster Gold.
Oh,
Let's do
yeah.
it.
I would love to do Booster Gold, for sure. So
That's great.
anyone I need to talk to, I would love to
Yes.
take a meeting.
Yes, he's ready.
He's
I'm ready. I'm
We're
ready.
ready.
I've been
You
working
said
out
so.
my,
I'll
my
just
whole
walk
life for
around
this.
Comic-Con and just be like, Derek for Booster Gold.
I got the suit in my car, so I'll just.
Sweet, perfect.
There you go.
Hand out pictures, flyers, do it.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, speaking of that, can you do me a big favor? Because me and we both saw this. I'm gonna in that camera say hello to my daughter Tammy.
Tammy, hi. How you doing? Thank you for watching. I'm glad you're a watcher, and hope you're doing wonderful out there.
Yes.
And you have one too,
Yes,
you
I'm
said?
sorry. My little sister, Kara.
Kara, hi. You especially. Thanks for watching Baby Daddy.
She actually submitted
She's
her
in
own
here.
question.
She's in the
Oh, she
camera.
did?
Really? Okay.
She's not Dakota's sister. She's in
Oh,
here.
that's so cool. She actually submitted a question
What is it?
wanting to know how much you bench.
That's a tough question. You know what? I haven't maxed out in a while. It's something a little over 300.
Okay, all right. There you
He's
go.
like,
Kara.
it's something like 300. I'm like, okay. I think I bet 75 on a good day.
That's so great.
Which one? I love that. I love how you
I don't
say
even know
that.
what I am, guys. If
Yeah.
you look at me over
You
here.
know, you're a young boy. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
You'll grow
One of
into
these
a
days.
man one day.
That's right. One of these days.
That's funny.
So we're gonna talk. So the episode we're actually talking about is called "She Said, Ben Said." And I'll say that 5 times fast. She said. I was gonna say. She said, Ben said, and it's episode 18. We're almost getting to the end of the season. It's coming up.
Yeah, really soon.
Yeah, it's coming really soon.
Yeah.
So this one was one of those funny kind of episodes where it was like 2 sides. So we had to see one side of the story and another side of the story. Basically surrounded Sam and Ben because they're back together. Or they decide they want to date.
They're figuring it out.
They're figuring it out. But of course, we have this whole season. It's all been about Riley and Danny.
Yep.
All right, as we're trying to say, is it Diley or is it Dilly? You guys have to tell me.
The only reason I think that it's Diley is because that's what Chelsea Kane says. So she's the one who I think
She says it.
coined
Hello.
the
She
phrase.
says it,
So that's my guess.
Yes. So I think it's I keep going back and forth, but I think it's Diley probably.
Well,
Because Riley D in the front.
you know what? I'm
Yes.
gonna let you decide. Whatever you call
I think
it.
Diley. I think
Yeah.
Diley. And that's what actually some of the fans are hashtagging
Yeah.
right now. At Jody_Wilkes wants to know, do you think that Danny and Riley are in game?
Do I think? Yeah. I mean, I've been playing this character who's been in love with her since the first moment of the show. And I really think that they need a real legitimate shot because I think they're endgame. I think they're made for each other. So I totally think that they belong together.
I think so too. I think it's one of those things where it's kind of there is that awkward element that Ben has been with her.
It's kind of awkward.
Slamma or at Slamma Marian wants to know: do you think that Ben is still kind of a threat to the relationship in a sense? Because I mean, I think that they've kind of moved on from that.
I think they moved on. I don't think they're.
Nope. Honey Bunch is a nope.
Our engineer does not think so.
Oh, she's into Ben and Riley. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Danny's really threatened at this point. I think that Ben's working out Sam right now, and I don't think that he really thinks that Ben and Riley are a threat or a problem to his relationship at this point.
That's awesome.
That's what I would say.
I love that
either.
we've kind of gotten over that because I used to be for Ben and Riley, and then it got to the point where I was like, no, like.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like at this point, here we are going into the 6th season soon. I think that the storyline with the brothers fighting over the girls has almost been played out.
Yes.
I think it's time for something else. I think that we've gone through that enough. So. I wouldn't say that it's going to be a problem in the future.
That's good. Glad to hear it.
So I have to ask this. This is fan question, random question number 2, and I do the General Hospital after show.
Oh, great!
And I remember when you were on it for a second, so they want to know
for a second.
If General Hospital ever said, would you come back on for a scene or two? Would you do it?
For a scene or two, yeah.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. Going into that, I actually had to shoot Baby Daddy the same day I worked on General Hospital.
Oh my God! Wow.
And going into you guys probably know, but going into a soap opera set, it's kind of hectic. They're shooting like 80 pages a day. You don't get a second shot of anything. As long as you get those words out, they're using it. And I was we didn't really rehearse that much. I flubbed my line on the rehearsal, and then when I got out there, I missed my mark, and I said the line almost, and that's what we used. We're moving on.
Yep.
Oh
And then I had to go to Baby Daddy and tell everyone, like, holy crap, I messed this up.
Soaps are hard work. People don't realize soaps are really hard work.
Oh, they're very hard work. Memorizing all of that dialogue and hitting your marks and actually acting, like, you only get one shot.
Yeah. But people have mentioned about your General Hospital moment.
No, I would love to come back for a scene or two. I don't think I could make it a full-time job. I would go
busy right now.
It would be stressful, right?
But
of course I'd come back. It was fun. I had a good time.
So Danny and Riley, this time you weren't the focus of the actual storyline, but you guys were part of the storyline as like the angel and devil. In the ears.
we were trying to bring Ben and Sam together in different ways and kept messing it up.
Yes, I love it. It was classic comedy, comic setup, miscommunication. Kind of thing.
Yeah, and then it was also fun to see Ben's recollection versus Sam's recollection of what actually happened. That's pretty fun.
He had all candles and like champagne.
Yes.
And so it was like there's a bowl of condoms and like
some chips and salsa and some beer.
But the funny thing is, in both of their takes, he says the same compliment, which is "You look hot."
Yeah,
which is pretty funny.
So I already got that line correctly.
It was really funny. It was that whole thing. So basically, you're saying the opposite of what Riley's saying, and you and Riley think you have this great. Well, Riley thinks you have this great relationship now that you're back together. And she's like, "Yeah, we're great and everything's wonderful," and you're like, "Okay, girl, calm down."
Yeah,
that's so funny. So you're kind of like the straight person to her, I guess. In the relationship, in terms of the comedy parts?
Yeah.
You think, or is it equal, do you think?
I mean, Riley's crazy, right? Let's get that out.
Let's just put that out there.
She's been mad at Danny for episodes and episodes for stupid reasons and making him jump through hoops. And I think at this point, last episode, she kind of realized it's time to give him a real shot because he didn't mess up that bad. But yeah, I think both of them are figuring out how to work together. I wouldn't say that Danny's the totally straight one because he's kooky in his own way, but they're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you when you guys were together? We got barrage. We do the show of that they need to be together. Why are they were getting mad at Chelsea's character? Of course, they're getting mad at her for not being.
I was getting mad at her character.
I'm sure it was one of those things where whenever you like apologize, and like you it was like this heartfelt moment. She's
she
like,
never accepted
I don't
it.
know, and I was like, wait, what? Like, no, like this can't happen.
The fan reaction was so. Did you get part of that when you were online and stuff? You hear about the fan reaction?
Yeah, absolutely. On my social media stuff, it was always like, "What is she thinking? She's crazy. She needs to forgive you." And I'm like, "I know." But you know, we need to drag it on a little bit longer and make more comedy out of it. And now I would like to assume that they're pretty solid and we're not going to have any crazy blow-ups anymore at this point right now.
But I thought it was very adult though, in a way that they're talking about having sex and not being connected to love. That was your whole point. Was like, it was just sex.
Yeah, and I mean, it's for our network and the type of programming we normally have. It's pretty heavy. Yeah, progressive. That's the right word.
I think it's word progressive.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty progressive, but I think it's real too, because people have hookups in high school and people overreact to things like that, and I'm glad that in the end it worked out Danny's way finally.
We got that finally.
Yeah.
Aww. Now the other storyline I was going, because we'll get more into that story, but the other storyline that was going on. Everybody wants Tucker to have a love life. Isn't that the funny thing? Everyone wants to see. Exactly.
You know what? I think I can't even remember how many girls Tucker has dated throughout the seasons, and then they've disappeared.
Yes. Never seen them again.
Oblivion. He always messes it up somehow, but we don't even tell you how most of the time.
No, you don't.
But he deserves some love, I think too.
Yes.
He was getting a little with Bonnie tonight.
Oh, he was.
That was like that. Okay, I made a prediction last week. It was last week. I said, I think Bonnie and Tucker are going to kiss or something, and all the fans were like, "Oh my God, did you see the promo for it?" I'm like, "What promo? What promo?" They showed the promo. Now we see the reason why they were kissing. But do we think they liked it a little bit?
Oh, I definitely do.
She kind of went in again for.
Oh, I mean, in the past too, I can remember our cast and crew and producers and the writers always talking about this little thing going on between Bonnie and Tucker. That's hilarious.
Yes.
And they both have a little thing for each other, and it's funny. It's good stuff. It's
We asked Tahj. He goes, they said he kind of heard him and Melissa kind of play it. Like, it could be a little something.
They always do. They always do. Even when the cameras aren't on, they do.
They are too cute together.
They're hilarious.
How do you keep a straight face with Melissa Peterman? She's a genius. Comedic actress.
That's probably the hardest thing for my job is not laughing.
She's the best lines.
Well, and you know what? She's always on. Like what you see her character, that is her all the time. She's never down. She's never quiet. She's always in your face. She's the quickest one with the jokes. And tape nights, show nights, we have a live audience on Fridays. Her third take is always the one that they use because it is straight out of her head, out of control. It's so funny. But by the button is just it's always her. It's always got to be her.
Yeah. Wow.
But she makes gold with it.
She does her acting choices, her delivery, everything. I'm just like, how do you play against someone who's always just seems so funny in her body, funny in everything?
Right. Well, and the new thing that I don't know if it's new. It's actually not a new thing at all. But whenever she has an entrance into the apartment these days, it's like we're talking about, who could we find that would have that little morals? And she always bangs in the front door.
Yep.
I just outrun a horse cop. Like that is her.
Yes.
Round the clock.
Yeah. They're all freeform. Really gives no Fs.
Yep, they
Yeah.
don't.
Yep.
I love that though. I love that, ABC Family was great, but then this freeform, like you guys pushed the limits for ABC Family.
Yes.
Now you're pushing the limits for freeform as well.
Right,
Yes.
and that's fun, right?
Yeah.
It's fun to kind of age with our audience a little bit, and I think our audience is, in the mid-20s range for the most part, because it's all about sex and drinking, and
No, I agree. Yeah.
and it's fun. It's cool to be a part of that in that progression, as you said, for the network, which is this is cool.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And I think maybe I talk to you. I think they're in their mid-20s that watch your show. They're about their mid-20s.
And I mean, we're always drinking in the scenes.
you are. That is
Every
true.
scene, I've got a beer in my hand every time. It's fun.
So true.
I don't see anything wrong with that at all. Like, works for me.
There's a lot of people out there like that.
Yeah, they do. There is a lot of people out there like that. So that's
one of
just yes, exactly. So the other storyline was that Tucker's dad, played by the wonderful actor who's been around for 100 years, who's great, Philip Morris.
Philip Morris, I
Who is
love
just
that guy.
he's so funny.
He is so funny.
And everything
so
he
funny.
does.
Yeah, I mean, from Seinfeld.
Yes.
Come on.
Hello.
And he's I'm gonna get it wrong. He's a type of martial arts mixed master. He's got his triple black belt, and he's a
I can see
huge
that.
comic book fan. So me and him just talk for
Oh, that's
days when he
cool.
comes on set.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
He is, yeah. He gave me a T-shirt from Comic-Con like 4 years ago. From 4 years ago when he went. This last time I saw him, he's the coolest guy.
Oh my God, so that's great to hear that.
Yeah.
And so he came on, he's Tucker's dad, and he came on, and we all think he's in love with the same person that Tucker's trying to get to know, Renee, his assistant, who's in New York. And I like the twist at the end. We'll get to that in a second, but that was really
honestly,
funny.
though, I really thought, I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen.
Right.
And then it just totally twisted.
Totally
at the end.
twisted.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's what led Bonnie and Tucker kissing, was was to make him flip out. But I love the whole, again, slapstick stuff. He kept trying to come in the door, they're kissing, then he doesn't come all the way in. He's on the phone. He comes back in again, but he's not really all the way in.
And I think that was the day of decision for them to keep playing that funny, and you gotta love it when you see it fresh for us. It's great. It's fun. It's fun to be a part of.
Oh, I'm sure. No,
that was my favorite part, though. Whenever the door wasn't even open, and she just goes for it. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I heard the door." I was like, "Did you, mommy? Did you really?"
So listen, I think there's something going on there. I said it before. I think it is.
There always has been something going on.
Yep.
And they also love, like, speaking of Tucker never getting love, they're saying that Tucker's dad thinking that he was gay.
Yeah,
Because who is he? So what's he? He goes, no, I'm not. He goes, let me call your mother. It's like the whole thing is Tucker never has a woman all the time. He just dates him and goes, wait, I love that kind of a little thing going on.
Yeah.
For the last time, Dad.
Right. It's like, but it's not there.
Yeah, no, yeah. They play with that joke a lot, too.
Yes.
And throughout the past seasons, I mean, there have been moments that he's had with women and men, and it's funny. It's all fun.
Yeah, it's all fun.
Yeah.
And so basically, that storyline's going on. The dad is in town, and him and Bonnie had slept together before.
Yep.
Little thing, but he's trying to say because she has Brad, Bonnie has Brad, that means she's with this younger woman. I love at the end he said the young one was 42.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not that young, actually. I mean, he's like, aren't we the same age? She's like, no, we're not the same age.
Yeah.
I think Bonnie's young, isn't she? I think because she had you guys young.
Yeah. I mean, the running joke is that she went homecoming queen as her water broke.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
I can
Or prom queen.
That is
yeah.
a picture to paint right
Oh
there.
yeah, right there, exactly. We won't go there for sure. But basically, do you think somebody asked this in the chat room? Do you think Riley and Danny had any way to give advice to anybody about relationship?
Do you think that
You guys had the right position to do that?
I don't know, because Danny's just always trying to figure out how to make everyone happy and how to be positive. And Riley's pretty crazy, so I think. I don't know if they have that much room to give advice because they both just kind of miraculously work in a weird way.
Yeah.
But it works, and that there's a lot to be said about that. So I think Danny especially has a lot of good advice for people like Ben, who is kind of a player and kind of been around the block as far as settling down and being respectful. But yeah, I think everyone's got a little room to give advice because everyone's been through something, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's true.
Very true. I love how Riley, though, she just cannot help it. She's just like, I want to get in there. I want to like toy with everyone's emotions and tell them what they should do.
Yeah.
And she just like loves playing matchmaker and like.
And winning. Like
Yeah.
it was
winning.
last week's episode when she got thrown into the whole pageant thing, and all that mattered was that she won.
Her
That's
breakdown was hilarious.
Yeah, that's like her in relationships too. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, where is Brad? We want Brad to come back.
I know.
Brad is coming back.
He's coming back, you guys. You heard it.
Brad is coming
Is
back.
he on Broadway right now?
What's he doing? Like,
Peter,
is he doing something?
I actually don't know what Peter's doing. I got it. You know what? Funny story. Yesterday, I got a Venmo request from Peter Porte for $11,000. And the on the caption for it was a bunch of gibberish. So I'm like, what's going on here?
Oh my gosh.
So I texted him, I'm like, hey man, what are you in trouble? Are you in jail? What's happening? He's like, my butt just wanted $11,000. Sorry, bro. So that's what I know Peter's doing right now.
Okay.
He's asking his butt's asking for money from me, but I'm not sure exactly what he's working on. But I promise you, he's coming back next week to the show.
Yeah, everybody
amazing.
wants it.
There we
Everybody
go.
wants
Yes.
it. So yeah.
And he's not going to look the same as he usually does. He's been through a little something.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's good to know.
That's exciting.
So basically, to wrap up those storylines, basically, first of all, Emma was playing with the condoms, the big box of condoms poking holes
Yeah,
in
that's
them.
an important
Important note.
It's an important note to
So
remember.
at the very end, Sam and Ben decide they just need to listen to themselves. They're going to be together. We see all three couples in bed.
Using that
Those
same
condoms,
box.
the box of condoms.
The questionable condoms.
You get a baby, and you get a baby, and you
get
get
a
a
baby.
baby.
Everybody
Everyone
gets a baby.
And now
Thank
it's
you.
baby daddies.
Daddies.
Baby daddies. That could be like the best spin-off. That's amazing.
That's just really interesting. And Tucker's dad's in love with this girl. Her name is Renee from HR. Is it the same one?
Not the same one.
Not the same
It's
one.
not the same one. So what's the question? Because we have to wrap up. Ask her
Yes.
what question
Okay,
she
yes. At Slamamarian wants to know, what is your favorite memory on set and why?
Oh, that's hard. I don't know, because we have such a good time on set. We really are truly like a family.
Yeah.
It's not work. We're there hanging out with our friends. If I had to pick a moment, it would have to be we had Entertainment Tonight on our set at the end of our second season. And it was our last day. Everyone was, upset and sad, and they were doing a story about our show. and they actually had our cameras on us when they released to us that we were going back for the next season in a few months.
Oh, that's
and
so
everyone, you know, stood up and cried and cheered. We had the whole crew there. Everyone was coming back. And I'll never forget that moment, because in television it's so hard to have a television show that keeps moving forward to, you know, to 5 seasons.
Yes.
And to have that moment on camera with everyone you love, instead of getting the call months and months
Yeah.
later saying, "Hey, guess what? We're going back! Yay!" It's a lot different getting the group hug everyone.
That is
so that
really
was
cool.
really a really amazing
that's
moment
so
for sure.
sweet.
Is that video out? Like,
It's got to be out there
Okay.
for sure. Yeah. I think you
I've
can
gotta
find
watch
it.
that,
Yeah,
because I'm sure there were tears.
yeah. It was.
Hugs.
It turned into the story that they ran on us, was us getting our pickup and everyone cheering and
That's
hugging.
awesome.
It was cool.
That is
Yeah.
really cool.
Yep.
And then at Lady Yoroza wants to know, did you originally audition for Danny, or did you audition for a few characters for the show?
For the show, Danny was
question.
the only character I auditioned for. But the funny thing about that, I know we're running out of time. But initially, Danny's character was supposed to be kind of the bad boy, the guy you wouldn't trust with your sister, kind of the player,
Yeah.
the professional hockey player. And after going through the audition process and testing and you know, going through all that, they decided to rewrite the character and make Danny the softie and the lovable guy.
Yeah.
And we actually recast Ben's character for who
Really?
Jean-Luc, who we have now, who's kind of the darker, like, seedy guy.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what the right word is, because
he's Lothario. He's
Yeah.
just very much like has the bag come pick up lines. And
yeah,
just like,
which is hilarious.
It's hilarious,
And is what we
yes.
needed, but they kind of swapped roles. But yeah, that's an interesting side
That is
note
really
that
cool.
you might not
So
know.
that's a great question.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
that the characters worked out like they did, though, because I can't imagine it any other way.
Yeah, it would have been a lot different if
Yeah.
it was the way that the writers originally thought that it would be. Yeah.
For sure.
I agree with you. Derek, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
So you have to go back next season because you have season 6.
Season
right.
6, yeah, we're going back. Yeah, if you're out there and you're in LA, you know, around October and November, we will be filming. So come see
Well,
a show.
we would love to come see
wanna
a
come.
taping.
You should. Yeah, you
wanna
absolutely
come.
should.
We want to
Blast.
come. We want to come see a taping.
Cool.
Definitely.
It's a good time.
Yes. Well, if folks on social media, if they want to find you, because I'm following you everywhere, where can they follow you?
All right, on Twitter and Instagram, I'm at Derek Theler. On Snapchat, I'm at Derek M Theler, and then Facebook, I think it's just Derek Theler. That one's easy.
Yep. Yes, it's in Dakota.
And you guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
Everybody, thank you for watching us. And as always, use the hashtag ABTV Baby Daddy at our what do you call them? Handles.
handles,
Thank
there
you.
you go.
Our handles. Really, at our handles, and we'll continue the conversation with you guys. We appreciate everyone who watched and participated in the chat with us. And I know Derek appreciates it. Brazil, we love you, of course. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. James Lott Jr. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Thank you.
Executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.